And then the day I was kind of packing my stuff was September 11th. And then this sophomore comes in and goes, "Hey, you guys come in here." And we sat around this tiny TV. And they were talking about how the first plane hit, one of the World Trade Centers, and we're watching it in their news and all the flashes. And we're sitting there around this tiny little tube TV, and the second one hits. But at the time, I had still no interest in joining the military. But that moment in time kind of stuck with me often. Like months after that, I just kept thinking about that. But then the Navy had Navy SEALs, and they did water stuff. And I've always loved the water. And I was like, man, I can learn how to scuba dive, and they'll pay me to scuba dive, and I'll be not only a badass, but I'll be a badass in the water. But yeah, no, I was like went down this rabbit hole with Navy SEALs. I even had about the time that the U.S. SOCOM Navy SEAL game had just come out, and the commercial with all the kids were playing online. It's like the first online experience. The kids are all playing online. They're like, "Oh, that guy's coming out of nowhere," and it shows these guys in a tent in the middle of deserts and like shooting fish in a bucket. And those guys look tough and mean and silent. And I remember when I decided that's what I was going to do, put on my tennis shoes, and I was going to run this 1.5 miles. And I took off, and I made it probably like 100 yards, just winded. And I'm just like, man, I'll just walk as long as I can. And I started doing like these intervals, and I made it to campus, and they had like a pull-up bar next to the stadium. So I went and jumped on the bar. I couldn't do one pull-up. Like I lasted like probably 10, 15 seconds dead hanging there, and I'd slip off. And I was all depressed. I went to the bookstore at Barnes & Nobles and got this U.S. Navy SEAL workout program.